Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Barn Session Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Coakley, joined by my co-hosts, Ryan and Reese Coakley. If you're new to the show, on this podcast, we like to talk about wrestling. It's what we do. If you're unfamiliar, welcome to it.
And we're all related.
That's why we have the same last name. It's not a coincidence.
The jury's still out on Sammy, actually.
The jury's still out. You know, if you can't tell our voices apart, maybe that's further evidence for me. Help me in my court case.
No, you're a nature versus nurture case.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, we got some wrestling to talk about. We're kind of in the lull of the year for wrestling. This is kind of where things are a little slow, but got a little bit of drama with the Olympics. Got some high school level results that we can look at and kind of pontificate on and see if we can think of anything interesting from it. So, where do you guys want to start? What do you want to get into?
Let's talk about the good news. Let's start with the good news for our man, Kamal Bey.
Yes. Okay, so there have been announcements made about the allocations for the Olympic quotas for this summer for the 2024 Paris Olympics. There was, if you don't know, there was a situation where any members of the rest of the national team for Russia and Belarus, they were not cleared to wrestle at the Olympics or any international tournament, including your continental games as well. They needed to go through some sort of vetting process, and some athletes were ruled ineligible due to some sort of affiliation or for whatever reason. And so the UWW announced 16 reallocated quotas for the 2024 Paris Olympics. One of which, the most important to the United States, is at 77 kilos in Greco-Roman. We get Kamal Bey into the Olympics, and he gets his chance at that coveted Olympic gold medal. So, along with that, there have been 6 spots in men's freestyle, 5 in Greco-Roman, including Kamal Bey, and 5 in women's freestyle. So, what do you guys think about this?
Well, I'm happy for Kamal Bey, obviously. Pretty pumped that because it's probably, I don't even know if this is debatable really, but he's the face of Greco-Roman wrestling, right? In USA.
Right. Yeah, I would say so.
Would have to be him. Anyway,
I'm obviously happy that he's getting a chance to showcase his skills on wrestling's biggest stage. So, and he's obviously a guy that can put up a lot of points and hopefully bring us home a medal.
Right.
In Greco. So, but on the other hand, it's a hairy situation. The Olympics, they're supposed to transcend these political issues. Back when these games, were in the ancient times, wars would stop. They would just have ceasefires for the Olympics. And everyone went and competed. It just transcended all of those problems. Not anymore. Not today. That's not the world we live in, apparently. Unfortunately, sadly.
Who was our last Greco medal?
At the Olympics?
At the Olympics?
That's a really good question.
I don't know.
Because, so we haven't had one, in the last decade, right?
I don't think so.
I know we did it in 2016 and 2021.
12, I don't know if we did in 12 either. We might have gotten a bronze in there, maybe.
The United States of America, our last one might have been in 1996.
Holy hell.
Dang, that's not good. Is that what Wikipedia says?
This might be for a specific weight class. Oh, this is bantamweight. All right, hang on. Let me look through every weight class. That's why it. That's why I looked like that. Matt Lindland in 2000 happened.
What did he get? Bronze?
He took silver.
Nice.
That was kind of a hairy deal too. You guys should look into that whole series on how Matt got on the team.
Mm-hmm. I've heard the story about it. Adam Wheeler for the United States in 2008. This was up at heavyweight.
He was bronze.
Yes.
No, it was at 96 kilos.
Heavyweight, which is listed as 96 kilos. Heavyweight,
No,
heavyweight in our
was
terms
120.
is listed as super heavyweight. Is what I'm looking at.
I was going to say there is an actual heavyweight. It was Junior Byers.
Right. So 2008 is our most recent. So yeah, it's been a while. We're coming up. We're at 16 years at this point.
It's been a while. That was bad. Let me try that again.
I think. Go ahead.
I'm just kidding.
Try it again.
Psych.
Psych.
We've got a good list of guys who are going to Paris for the Greco-Roman team, and I'm excited to see them compete. Excited to see them get that medal. This has implications outside of our country, obviously. The biggest and most important ones are Sidakov and Sajulayev, right?
Yep.
That's
Guev too, right?
Goyev.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know. I feel like Agoyev's kind of on his way out.
How old is he?
I don't know, but
that weight's tough in Russia.
It is tough.
Yeah.
What were you
They're
saying?
Gonna be fine. They're going to be. I don't think he was mentioning Uguev because whoever they got behind him is probably going to be right there. You know.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Moosh.
I can't remember their names.
Moosh. Moosh.
Mongoose. I think it's Mongoose. Mongoose. That's what it is.
Is it the Mongoose?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Anyway.
Not Mongoose? The love child of Maverick and Goose?
He's tough.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Sidakov and Sajulayev are not going to be at the Olympics. They're not going to be competing against the field, the tough competitors at those weight classes. 74 kilos looks so we can kind of reevaluate what our confidence is in who we have at the Olympics, and we could all probably say Kyle Dake's the most likely at this point.
Well, this guy already knew.
You didn't know.
I knew that Sidakov wasn't getting in.
Oh, did you?
That's right.
The inside track.
I'm plugged in.
You didn't share
geopolitics.
I think I also said that he was number one. Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Snyder's number one for me, which I feel even better about now.
It's solid. Yeah, where was Snyder on? I don't even remember where I had maybe third.
You put Snyder at third. You did. Look at you. You know yourself.
He still has to get by the dude that smashed him last year.
Yeah. Tazudinov. But let's stay with 74 kilos.
Yeah, let's talk about this because this seems like it's seems like Chamizo should not be the one in. People are complaining that Chamizo got in. It should have been someone else.
It's because of the situation that happened at Europeans, right?
I'm guessing that's about the only thing that makes sense because he didn't even wrestle in the super bronze match at Last Chance, did he?
No, I don't think so.
So why isn't it that guy?
It's a great question.
I didn't even know about this.
What I read here, Frank Chamizo at 74 kilos in men's freestyle is the most credentialed wrestler who will benefit from the reallocations. He's a world. Originally, Chamizo failed to qualify after losing a controversial match at the European qualifier to Turan Bayramov. Then Chamizo lost on criteria at the Last Chance qualifier to Olympian Cherman Valiev. So maybe that's why?
Oh, well.
Maybe that's the reasoning? because
Did
he
he
had the
wrestle? He
closest
would have
match with the
wrestled
person.
back. Did he lose in the wrestlebacks, or did he even wrestle?
I think he.
I don't think he wrestled.
Why wouldn't he have wrestled?
I don't understand how they did this exactly. I really don't know.
Pull up the bracket. It's on.
Or maybe Valiev lost. That's probably what happened. Valiev lost and he got bronze.
I'm pulling up the bracket. I think it's on.
Yeah, but then wouldn't the guy that Valiev beat for true third have been the
No,
guy who?
I know. Yeah, I agree. Why? Yeah, well, there's got to be an explanation for why Chimizo got in.
The only thing, yeah, I guess.
It sounds like there was some money moves being made.
I want an official explanation now, and I feel like it is deserved.
You'll never get.
There's got to be one somewhere.
But what if it's so if he had the closest match to the guy who qualified who is now ineligible, do they run it off of that?
I don't know.
For everyone else, it's been the guy, the next in line from last chance. That's how it's pretty much been going, except for 74 kilograms.
This is a weird one.
No one has the answer. What month did that event happen?
That
April?
would have been April. Yeah. Yep.
April.
Okay. So Ryan, while you're looking that up, I just want to mention the implication behind Sidakov not being eligible is he's made an announcement on social media in some capacity that he's looking at this point to transition away from wrestling and into MMA. So we might have lost Sidakov because of this situation.
Well,
which
I don't blame him.
I think, yeah, if he can't get back into being able to compete and win world titles, I totally don't blame him, right? Yeah, and I don't think this is anything that anybody wants. If you're one of those people out there that says those Russians shouldn't ever be allowed to compete, because of what their country or their government is doing in terms of involving themselves in a war, then I don't know.
Then you don't understand the true spirit of sports and the Olympics.
Yeah, the only thing I could say is if he's in some way like aiding in the effort in like a significant capacity,
doesn't even matter.
You know what's an interesting thought is like all of these Russians who probably definitely still live in Russia but compete for other countries, they're totally safe. Zero threat. Yeah.
Dumb.
I mean, it makes it obvious that it's like just a targeted thing for Russia.
Oh, okay. Hang on. So I'm reading on this for Chimizo. So 2 74-kilogram quotas were reallocated. The spot from the World Championships in Belgrade was awarded to China, as Feng Lu was the best-ranked non-qualified wrestler. Originally, Turan Bayramov finished as the best-ranked wrestler, but he qualified Azerbaijan from Baku, hence making him ineligible for the reallocation. So one of the quotas went to China because of that reason. The second reallocation was for the Baku quota after an approved wrestler did not accept the invitation. The Baku spot will now go to Italy. So the implication that maybe they were paid off to say, you know what, I'm not going to go wrestle at the Olympics. This can go to Italy. Because somebody didn't accept an Olympic quota.
Okay.
Interesting.
Somebody's coming up to your house like, hey, free platter. Want to go wrestle in Paris?
And he's like, nope.
This guy's like, no, I'm gonna go take this money.
Pass. Maybe this was not on Flow. I thought it was, but.
So with that in mind, and with what 74 kilos looks like at the Olympics now, is Kady Magomedov qualified in wrestling?
No.
He's not.
I don't think he was one of the guys that was on the list.
Right. So Sidakov and Kady Magomedov were both okay. Yeah. So, I mean, who's the competition for Kyle Dake at this point?
No one.
Is it Jamalov or whatever his name is now?
Frank Chimizo.
Dude, Chamizo is not even his tough. Would not even be his toughest guy.
It is now.
Why?
I think it's Jamalov.
Jamalov is definitely a tougher matchup than, and Valiev, the guy who beat Chamizo, is also
Sherman. Yeah.
Tougher.
That was enough.
Those are both tough, but I don't think any of these opponents touch Kyle Dake. But maybe I'm wrong on this. What do you guys say?
I think it's the Olympics.
I think it's Kyle's to lose.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I think you're right.
What?
Okay, so that's what 74 kilos looks like. It's not. What you got?
Nothing. I was just making fun of you.
Oh, okay. So 97 kilos. Kyle Dake, Tazudinov, and who is the Iranian, Reese?
Azarpirov. I don't know. Something.
Azarpirov. That sounds like Russian.
I know it does, doesn't it? I think it's Azaripa, maybe.
Azaripa. That sounds correct.
Less Russian.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and so this is the guy that was like up and beating he's been beating, I think, Kyle Dake and Sajalayev with moments left in matches. And
he's beaten Snyder before.
Okay. Yeah. So this guy is good.
He's good. Azarpira. That makes more sense.
So it's those three, and I guess whoever else can try and throw their hat in the ring. But hopefully, I can't remember how they announced the seeds and what things look like. But hopefully we see Snyder and Tazudinov on opposite sides, and that we get to see those guys in the finals put Snyder through the ringer, put him through the toughest competition, and we get to see those two in the finals, and I think that would be great. And I feel good about that too.
Feel good.
Another guy who could be interesting at 74, by the way, is Sabalov.
Oh, for Serbia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he's kind of past his day?
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. Man, he's been around. I think the first time I saw him was 2017, right?
He's 32.
Yeah.
Younger than Dake.
World final. Yeah, but Dake's government age is not his real age, Reese. He's getting younger every day.
And that might also be true for Sabalov, but the opposite way.
I think the first time I saw Sabalov was in the finals against Burroughs in 2017 Worlds.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time. Ooh. Okay. That's what we see there. Any other Olympic news that we want to talk about? Anything else within that area?
I don't think so. Nothing that we haven't discussed already, I feel like.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
All right. So, moving on, just to dip our toe back in the college scene real quick for a little bit. There's the revolving door of head coach positions it's going through its rotation right now. A while back, we heard that the Columbia head coach was taking a position at Virginia Tech. So that head coach position obviously opened up. And then we recently heard Columbia hired Donnie Pritzloff as the head coach. So I think that leaves an opening in Rutgers. I don't think they've filled that position yet. There was a change at Stanford, and Hayden Hidley came on as an assistant. And then from that opened up North Dakota State position, and Matt Malcolm came in to fill that out. So I think those are the most recent changes that have happened within the coaching sphere, if I am correct. I don't know if you guys
Matt Malcolm, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, right? That
was a good hire for them.
Absolutely. And then also Army West Point added Taylor Lamont to their coaching staff.
All right.
I also like that. I think that will be a good fit.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. If we want to talk about it, go back to Olympics real quick. Yazdani. I don't think we've talked about him since he wrestled at the ranking series tournament.
Oh,
Is
where
there
he wrestled
anything?
Hadley, right?
Yeah. How do we
I
feel?
mean, battle of the underhooks, and he won it.
He did. He got underhook thrown by one time, and that was it.
Yeah, he looks. I mean, he looked a little bit. You could tell that he had been recovering or been off the mat. That's what I was gonna say. But I mean, didn't look like he had missed a step. He just looked.
Not really. I mean,
It looked like he was maybe a little rusty, and that's it.
If that dude, you think rusty, but he teched Hidley? Nobody. I mean, that's not good.
That's kind of
I thought I don't know. I thought he looked a little slow because it was. I mean, that's just kind of what I was expecting.
Slows. Hidley slows guys down, but I mean, even then, like he couldn't slow him down in the second period.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I don't know what to think. he beat him worse than I thought he'd beat Hidley. That was my takeaway. I thought Hidley would be able to hang in there more.
He's not. Trent's not there yet, man.
But so like Zahid, I think Zahid had a relatively close match with Hidley and then almost beat Brooks. Probably should have beat Brooks. So do we think Brooks? What do we think about like Brooks's chance?
I don't think Brooks gets him this time around. I think gets him next time around.
You think Yazdani's going to put himself in the echelon of a two-time Olympic champion?
I think he is.
I don't remember where I put Brooks on my.
I think he is training with much less stress than he has in recent history, knowing that he doesn't have to go through David Taylor.
You know what? That is probably a huge relief.
I'm serious. I'm being serious. Like I bet it's
who, Brooks?
No. Yazdani.
Yazdani is probably thinking.
Yeah, I don't gotta go through DT anymore. Like hell yeah.
The one guy I haven't been able to beat. The one guy that I've beaten once in our last 7 matches.
Yeah.
And I don't have to wrestle him anymore. Whew. This is gonna be easy.
I wish I could move. I wish I could move Brooks down. Two seems too high now.
Yeah, you put him at second. Well, I mean, with things. Well, I think you can. I think you're allowed.
Him and Snyder.
Right, you're basically the transfer portal is opened up for you because
you think so.
You've had
I'm not going to do that. Take the easy way out. Come on.
All right. Shit.
I'm only flip flopping. I had Lee at 1, Dake at 2, Brooks at 3. I'm gonna flip flop Lee and Dake, and I'm gonna move Snyder up to 3 above Brooks.
All right.
Put Paris and Rutherford there at the bottom. Dake, Snyder. Nope, sorry. Dake, Lee, Snyder, Brooks, Paris, Rutherford. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
These can't be. Oh, sorry. Never mind. We'll get into it.
Okay. So that's the Olympics. That's kind of what we have for college right now. There's some rumors, some rumblings about roster limits and announcements for that being made at the NCAA level for I think a blanket assignment to that for sports, like all sports. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, each sport would have a different cap, right?
Yeah. But the NCAA would say like, for these sports, you have these roster limits, right? And you would say football, whatever number, basketball, whatever number.
What is this supposed to help exactly?
That's a great question, and I have no idea. But I know that it's a thing, and I can't remember what the reasoning behind it was, or what was driving it, why they were incentivized.
So is it basically like because with no roster cap and NIL, you can basically, NIL is just like a secondary scholarship to these coaches, right? Like, yeah, I'll give you this money to cover your school. So you basically, who's got the most money, who's got the most funding now with roster limits, that's kind of taking that out of the equation, right?
How do you think it's taking it out of the equation?
Well, you can't just be like, I mean, you can have, I guess you can have the best 25 guys on the team that you can possibly ask for, but you probably, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't have 50 dudes. You got to only have 25. So you have to spend your money on 25 guys. You can't just be like, oh, well, I've got all this money. I can basically throw it at this person and take this person. I can have all these dudes, all these studs on my team and not,
Yeah, maybe.
Does that make sense? Now it's all right. I only have these certain spots. I can only bring on certain guys, a certain amount of guys. Like, you're sorry, dude, my roster's capped. You're gonna have to go somewhere else.
Right. That, and I mean, does 25
seems low?
Right.
30 should probably be the number, but
yeah, because so if you account for a red shirt, that's basically 5 recruits a year.
Sure.
Dang.
Yeah. That feels small, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I feel about it.
Could be good for parity, though.
It could be good for parity.
It could be. And Ryan, you were talking about how this could kind of force
kids into
the talent
lower divisions.
Trickle down to the lower divisions. And I like that idea. I like the concept of,
I don't see how it wouldn't. How many, what, there's 60, what is it? How many schools, Division I schools with wrestling right now? 60 what? 7? 68?
I have no idea.
That sounds right.
Let's call it 70. An even 70, okay? Each team's only allowed 25 guys. So how many guys can actually be on, how many guys a year can actually wrestle Division I wrestling? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Only a certain amount. So what is that going to do these other kids that want to wrestle? Well, they're going to have to either go junior college and then try their, maybe try and get on a roster after junior college, or go Division II for a couple of years, try to get on a roster. It's something like that.
Yeah. Yes, but also I think a lot of D1 schools, if you look deeper into it, there's a set of the guys that are on the roster that are not there to make a athletic results impact. You might want to call them GPA boosters, guys who are like, cool, I'm on a D1 team and I get a 4.0.
Yeah, we'll get less of that finally.
Right? Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
Okay.
No more resume padding for those kids.
Okay.
You got to earn it.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's already difficult. It's already, statistically looking at it, it's already so difficult to get to a Division I level as a wrestler in high school. Yeah. And then you're making it that much tighter of an effort.
I don't mind it. Not that I'm trying to gatekeep or anything, but I don't mind it.
Right. And this is all hearsay and rumor. There's no official announcement about if this is actually going to be a thing or what the number's going to look like. So, but the rumor is 25, and man, I would hope for 30, but that might be too much. So, but anyway, there was also there was a also a discussion, an article about the coaches and their thoughts about the rule changes this past year, mostly positive. Some people saying I didn't really feel like there was a change in how things went. What did you guys feel like you saw from this last year with the rules and the rule changes?
I don't know. Seems like there was less complaining about the rules this year than in the past.
I didn't even see the rules. What are they?
The ones that the rules that changed for this last season.
Talking about
yes. So like a reviewing like, okay,
when
so we've had this full season.
They change them every other year, right?
No, they change them every year.
Oh,
is it every year?
It can be.
Oh,
they didn't do any changes this year.
I mean, I don't think I've seen any announcements.
Well, nothing's been pushed through.
Because it should have. I mean, it already happened. Like this time last year, they were already out.
I don't know if it changes because it's an Olympic year or what, but I don't know. It feels like the changing the takedown to 3 points and all the back point stuff, and I don't know. I thought it was all good. I thought it all worked out.
Yeah, I have no criticisms, no complaints
about the yeah.
I like them. I like the rules. I hope some of them stick around. Maybe some of them could be improved upon. I don't know. We'll see.
What do you think? Which ones could be improved upon there, Sam the Man?
Further, like go further with the top stuff.
Yes, that would have been my one thing.
Yeah,
is you can continue to put pressure on the top man to do something other than because there's not a reward for riding necessarily where it's like
no, there is. It's called riding time.
Yes, but like there is. I saw from refs this year where they pressured a man on top who was riding just to ride.
Still calling the bottom guy for stalling way too often.
It's still exactly. So I would want to see that be pushed even further, where it's where the bottom guy is not put so much at the responsibility is not so much on the bottom wrestler to create action in this position. So
you get. I mean, I see it all the time. You get kids get broken down. They're on their belly and they're trying to fight back up and they can't. And they're getting hit for stalling, and it's like it's crazy.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, it's crazy. It further goes to show that these dudes are on the whistle. Probably didn't wrestle a whole lot in college.
I feel like it's one of those things where when you're on the whistle, and I remember reffing and like feeling like, man, if something wasn't happening for like more than 20 to 30 seconds, I would start feeling like I was supposed to do something. And that's probably I don't know. That's how I felt. I don't know if people feel the same way when they're reffing.
Nope. I love it when I don't have to do anything. Like I would just sit back and kind of watch, and then until someone scores points, and then I throw my hands up. Like,
yeah,
dude,
take me out of the equation as much as possible.
Tech falls and quick pins, those are the best.
Oh, dude.
Well, obviously,
yeah.
Love pins.
I mean, I would put a quick pin at number 1, and then like a tech fall where it's takedown 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're just doing that for like 45 seconds. It's like awesome, cool, cut and dry. So yeah, the less like where I'm like I don't know what to do here. That sucks. So the less I have to do that's better.
Never had that moment. Always knew what to do because I was the best.
You know what, Ryan? You should take your talents. You should take your talents to it then.
Dude, Kansas needs some refs, bro.
Kansas needs a lot of things right now.
Kansas needs so much help.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Good little segue into Junior Duals then.
Yes, that's actually perfect because
we stink right now.
We are the 4th biggest state in terms of USA Wrestling membership, and we took 3rd in the red and blue pool in men's freestyle in Junior Duals freestyle.
What is that? That's not even top 20, is it?
That is no, that is 19th.
Oh, all right, top 20, sweet.
No, not sweet. Do you?
Hey, we beat Wisconsin and Greco.
Do you know what state
Actually,
No.
technically, we lost that duel.
Technically, you lost.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So you didn't hear about
of
this.
Xander?
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Or whatever
Well,
the kid's name was.
Yeah, well, it was Xander.
Yeah.
It was Xander.
You know what I heard about our schoolboy duel
that
team?
means that means you can take away that means you take away our top 8 finish, Ryan.
No, it wasn't. No, because it wasn't a rule then. It's now a concrete rule that you can't do it. Back then, it was because they had no way of really checking if you were an 8th grader or not. And now
still sounds like it was a rule though back then.
It was, but it was they were just lax on it, and they were like they basically told Parker, it's like, all right, we're gonna allow this to happen. You can compete, but when you're a senior, you can't compete here.
Right, similar to the no wrestling women rule.
Similar, but anyway.
Do you know what state our schoolboy duel team lost to this year?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, we have not been getting schoolboys for a long time.
A long time.
Probably when you were a schoolboy, a little schoolboy. Sammy?
Yeah. The last time we were in top 8 at Junior Duals in freestyle or Greco was my senior year.
Yeah.
I'm 25.
2017.
Maybe it's just gotten a little. It definitely seemed like it was really tough this year, and maybe it hasn't been that way, like since 2017. But it felt really tough this year.
Yeah,
whatever, man. When we were in high school, we were right there with some of these teams, man, and now we're light years behind them. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we've fallen off so hard so fast.
Yeah,
we fell off. We got to figure out how to get back on the saddle. But people don't want to hear about little old us. They want to hear about the champs, the winners, the victors of Junior Duels.
First time ever.
And who was it? But the one time Wisconsin. They beat Ohio in the first place match 33-32.
Electric.
And it came down to the last match. Ohio was up. They were up 32 to 28.
They were up by 4. They needed the fall.
The Wisconsin kid got the pin in a minute.
Kellen Wolbert, baby. Oconomowoc.
Crazy.
You know what we have in common? Not we, as in me and Kellen. You know what we have in common?
What's that?
Both of us are Oconomowoc boys.
What if he wasn't born in Oconomowoc?
Well, he lives there now, so
we'll take it.
He goes to high school there. I was born there.
Who's the coach there?
I don't know. It's a great question. It's not Blairish. No. It's not the guy that was the coach there when Dad was living there. No.
Man, yeah. So this was, from what I heard, an absolutely insane duel.
It was back and forth.
And Wisconsin kind of stomped their way to this position. They beat Oklahoma 47-19, Minnesota 42-22, Iowa 54-13. I mean, they
smashed them. Who took third? Did Iowa get third?
Pennsylvania got third.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Iowa get 4th?
Iowa got 6th.
How? I thought
Minnesota got 4th.
Did they not beat Minnesota in the pool? I thought they did.
They did not. They lost 38-30.
Oh, whoops. I had that wrong.
Yep. But that was Iowa and Wisconsin, the Mirasola Drayshawn Ross match. That was a really good match. I kind of
that was the only match Cole wrestled all weekend. Connor wrestled all the rest of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Cole only wrestled one match, and it was against the cadet world team member.
Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting decision making there. I mean, I respect the wrestling, but he probably get him. I don't know. Get one match in.
Before that one.
More.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's probably bored as hell. He didn't wrestle. He wrestled one match.
Dude, you sit there for 2 days and you wrestle one match. Awful.
I would have loved it.
No, dude, I hated sitting there, and it's like me and one other person on the dual team. It's like who's coach gonna put in?
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't have that issue, but yeah, that was the worst.
It wasn't the anxiety of like, oh, am I gonna wrestle or not? It was just like I just don't want to have to deal with this. I just want to know whether or not. And like at schoolboy duels, some years it was like I don't get to know until my weight class is up and the coach grabs one of us.
Yeah,
and I hated it.
Just coaching shenanigans right there.
I did not like it. But yeah, Wisconsin stomped everybody until they got up to Ohio.
Was it just a team full of AWA guys?
I don't think so.
Was there anyone not from AWA on there?
I don't know.
On that lineup?
I don't think so.
They're all AWA guys. Is that what you're saying, Sam?
No,
I think every single one of them was an AWA guy. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Tyson Peach, Daniel Heiser.
They could be. They all very well could be, Reese.
There's no
Charlie
way.
Miller,
Some
Jake
of them got to be
Stoffel,
from that other club.
Aiden Sinclair, Cole Mirasola. Those are AWA kids. Coy Hopke. I don't actually. He might not be.
He's Pinnacle, I think.
What? That's
What's
Minnesota.
he doing on the Wisconsin team?
Lots of Wisconsin guys hop over the border and go to Pinnacle.
Why?
Fair enough.
Because it's right there and it's a great club.
Oh, it's probably not close to AWA, huh?
Brandon Paulson. I don't know. They probably find an AWA site that's
probably not close to AWA. Huh. Too far from AWA. Well, might as well go to Pinnacle. Dude,
Wisconsin's
come on. Let's be real. AWA is not. They're not fielding the whole team. Damn.
That'd be crazy. That would be.
Ben Askren's words about the future, though, is scary. I feel like him saying it won't matter in a couple of years who you bring.
That's just Ben.
That's
you think so? I feel like he wouldn't say that unless he actually believed it.
What are you talking about? He is a professional shit talker, dude. Like
not with that kind of stuff.
I think he's trying to instill some confidence in the idea, and I think Wisconsin definitely has. Wisconsin has the firepower to be a state that is at the top for a while.
Yeah, I mean, do they have the Ohio? Pennsylvania said next year they're bringing like their guns. Yeah,
dude, this is what I want out of Junior Duels, and I want this to be hyped up and excited by the community because if you see this at the high school level and you see engagement at it at the high school level for something like this, then you start to say, well, what would this look like at the college level with dedicated fan bases and all of that, right? And it's like, well, now we need to get started working on a college national dual tournament, and then we have what we want. See, Ben Askren sees the vision.
That's a good vision, and I love it. I love Junior Duels is probably my favorite high school tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed going to it every single time. That was always a super fun event. Even when I went and I was 14 and had just wrestled at Jazztown Duels, and right before that I had wrestled at Cadet Duels, and right before that I had wrestled at the other thing. So
good times.
Brian, we lost you. Where are you? You checked out?
He's still there.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Well, yeah. Well, I know that he's still there, but he's just not.
Oh, I was listening.
Okay, I like that. I like listening. Right?
I liked Fargo better than Junior Duels, personally.
I didn't like how long Fargo was.
Yes, I hated, in fact, how long Fargo was.
And now it's even longer.
And also, we had to stay in stinky, hot, sweaty dorms.
Dude, and the dorms were the worst.
We didn't have to do that at Junior Duels.
Right. You get to stay at a nice hotel.
Yeah.
With breakfast.
Or any hotel.
Any
hotel was better than dorms.
Even the Dollar Inn in Indianapolis, Indiana for schoolboy duels.
Better
than the stinky dorms of North Dakota State.
I like
the 90.
I like the camaraderie that the hot dorms brought with your teammates. You just
I didn't feel like everyone. I had more time for it.
Everyone's complaining.
I felt more camaraderie at Junior Duels when we were all having a good time. And I don't know.
Like, yeah, we had to cut weight, but at least we cut weight comfortably. And it wasn't like I can't sleep tonight because my room is 90 degrees.
I couldn't sleep anyway.
You were cutting too much weight.
Always was.
That's a lesson. Kids, if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast, find a way to not cut as much weight.
Just don't do it.
Don't listen to your elders. They don't know what they're talking about.
Just don't do it. Just don't cut any weight. Get big and strong.
Yep, that'll be the best thing for you.
Eat your spinach.
Lift those weights. Get as strong as you possibly can.
I'm starting to hear
do whatever
that
it takes.
I'm starting to hear that vegetables are not the way to go anymore.
It's a carnivore diet.
Here's the things. Here's the trap you're falling into with that, Sammy. You're falling
What's
into the whole trendy science thing. Here, the reality is every 20 to 30 years, medical the food science changes. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Every 20 to 30 years, it's like, oh, it's fats. Oh, now it's carbs. Now it's protein. It's always it's just a revolving door.
All I'm saying, Sammy, is you've seen the muscles on those African animals, on those lions and tigers. You've seen the muscles on them bad boys.
Gorillas.
They're you think those guys are eating plants? No, they're hunting down antelope and they're getting their meat. They're eating protein.
Gorillas,
Isn't
gorillas
like a
are
silverback
not,
gorilla, like a vegetarian.
I wasn't. You said gorillas. I didn't. I only named.
What'd you
I
say?
straight up named jungle cats only. I only named jungle cats.
I guess I was just picturing a gorilla the whole
time.
Right.
Sammy.
You see the muscles and immediately I was like, ape.
Sammy brought up that, but they eat a lot of protein too. They eat bugs and shit.
Do they? I don't know. There's protein in veggies.
Yeah. The one thing that I heard was that like vegetables have defense mechanisms to not be eaten or something like that, and so
who comes up with this shit, dude?
I don't know, but the idea that like fruit are grown in a way by the plant to like be eaten so that the seeds get spread or whatever, right? They're colorful, they taste good, whatever. And vegetables are like parts of the plant and not meant, they're not.
I get that.
Grown by the plant in a way where it's like this is.
I experienced. Sorry.
But but even without that, like you can take that aside and be like, well, there's still A, B, and C in terms of nutritional value for it. So, and also, by the way, disclaimer: none of us here are nutritional experts. We don't know what the hell we're talking about, so don't take any advice.
But vegetables are a safe bet.
Yeah, and
unless
it's
you're
safe
cutting
to listen. What? It's safe to listen to us when we say don't cut weight.
Yes, that is
as often
true.
Yeah, you can listen to that.
I was cutting an onion yesterday, a red onion, and I was experiencing its defense mechanisms for sure.
Was it bleeding all over?
Cry?
It was. It was just when when they haven't been refrigerated, they come in. Is Sammy frozen right now?
I think I was frozen for a second. Am I still frozen?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, well, you're cutting the onion the wrong way if it's making you cry.
It was dude. Whenever they're not when you get them like they're not cold, and you cut into them that first time, it's rough.
Do you cut Reese? I'm gonna get real annoying here for a second. Do you cut the root? Do you cut the root?
Which one? Which part's the root?
The part where it's got little things coming out of it.
The bottom.
I slice it.
The bottom part.
Circularly.
All right. You know what? Next time I'm in town, we'll have this.
What do you think? Is that wrong? Do you understand?
I have no idea. Because I don't understand what you mean. Maybe send me a video.
I slice it. How about that?
You slice it. I just want to know how you slice it, and I can't tell by this.
I slice it long.
Do you slice it like this or like this?
I make it stringy.
Or like this?
You make it stringy.
Yeah, I'm not dicing it. I'm slicing it.
Do you cut?
There's a difference between slice and dice.
With or against the layers, Reese?
I'm cutting. See, that's confusing too. What do you mean? What?
I don't even know what I mean.
Katie put an onion in our Ninja blender, and it turned it into a puree mash, and then she opened it, and it immediately made both of us cry, and we couldn't be in the kitchen.
I would have thrown up.
So what are those? So it's using its defense mechanism there. Is that bad for your gut or something?
You're losing eyesight. Actually, is the problem. I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Okay. To try and steer us back on topic, what do we got left? We have anything? We want to talk anything more about Junior Duals and how that all went down?
That's about all I know.
The top 8 teams are the top 8 teams. These are the teams that we've seen here in this place for a while, right?
Was New Jersey top 8? Were they?
No, California and Wisconsin, I guess, are the two where you're like, I don't always see that.
California's pretty consistent.
They're consistently in the top 8, yeah.
Okay. Ohio, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Illinois, Oklahoma. We normally see
no. Michigan was interesting.
Michigan not in there, and the state that you said, New Jersey.
Yeah,
typically, we see them do better than this, but
Missouri's kind of right there with us in the fall off, huh?
Actually, it doesn't
Missouri,
look
man.
like...
It's kind of sad, even though I've always kind of not liked.
I don't think
success.
New Jersey. I don't think New Jersey took a team. No, they did. They
were there.
Ooh, they brought a bad team.
Yeah, they didn't bring any other good guys.
They were in the yellow-green pool.
No Blair guys.
It doesn't look like it.
You get 4 or 5 Blair guys on that team, and
oh man,
you'll get
a
top
whole different
10,
situation.
probably.
Yeah.
How does this Wisconsin team stack up with the Ohio team?
Probably dude, they're getting smashed.
For the people that don't know, there was an Ohio team at Junior Duals back in 2010.
2009.
2009. And I don't have the exact roster off the top of my head, but
hitter after hitter after hitter after hitter.
If anybody
I knew
knows
all the
sport,
names. That's what I feel like that was what did it for me. I was like, wow, I recognize all these names from the NCAA tournament.
I remember being at Junior Duals that year, watching this team walk in, looking at the roster, looking at them in person, and being like, "Holy cow! No one is going to touch this team."
Yeah, that's exciting.
And no one did touch that team.
Dude, they were
David Taylor. David Taylor is on that team.
Logan Stieber.
Stieber, both the Stieber boys.
Hunter and Logan, yeah.
Cam Tassare back when he was, he was still good. True freshman, 4th at NCAAs.
Dave Habat.
Ryan Taylor, Dave Habat. There's some other ones. Yeah, there's some more in there. I'm not even looking at it.
Yeah, I wish I could pull the team up so that we could go through it, but I cannot find the screenshot to
Was it in our group text, Sammy?
I could have sworn it was, but I can't find it.
Shoot, I'll find it.
That is, from what I know, that is the best Junior Duals team, and
ever.
There will have to be some sort of miracle to supersede it.
Team.
Maybe if Pennsylvania brings in literally their very best at every single weight class this upcoming year.
Some more names: Jerome Robinson, Nick Heflin, Max Thomasite, Pierce Harger, Zach Nybert. Crazy list,
dude.
Just a list full of
killers,
D1 All-Americans and national champs.
Absolute killers. So, if any of you are out there thinking that
you're better than that team, you're not.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not. You're just not.
You're not.
That's a lesson here.
Yeah.
Keep dreaming.
Okay. Got anything else today, or are we gonna wrap it up here?
Well, Ricky, wrap it up.
Ricky, wrap it up. All right.
Play the music.
Thank you, everybody, for having a listen today for our podcast. I am your host, David Coakley, saying goodbye.